Hey everybody, welcome back to Ogresspeedshop. So we got a little issue. I'm coming at you from inside the Camaro. So this is the issue. We got a check engine light, or a service engine soon light. So we got to dig in to see what this is about. So let's get into it. Now let's get into this thing and see what code we have. Oh, it's saying advanced DTC found. Yes. US. Usually it auto identifies. 2000 car, Chevy. Oops. Oh, no. Camaro. 3.8. One of two. So we got P1441 and P1441. So I don't know why they do that on the scanner, but it says it's pending, and that one's confirmed. So P1441. So you gotta look that up and see what it is. So it looks like the P1441 code is the EVAP system flow during non-purge. So judging from what I've read about this, it can be either the purge valve for the EVAP system. They say to check the canister, the charcoal canister. Also check any vacuum lines that you have. There's a possible vacuum switch too that could cause it. So we're gonna get into this to see what the Camaro has, because it varies on every vehicle, but I wanna be specific with the Camaro. It's a 2000 Camaro with a 3.8 liter. So we can, maybe pass this information on to people. So let's get into it a little bit more and check these items off the list of what could be the problem. So on a 2000 Camaro with a 3.8 liter, a 3800, your EVAP purge solenoid is right there, coming off the intake, and then the line goes back to the charcoal canister in the back, and I'll show you that once we get the tire off back there and check it out. But you see there's actually a service port right there you can check the pressure coming off of it with. So we're gonna be checking that. I also want to check all the lines leading back there too. And they run underneath the car, and I do drive on dirt roads and kick rocks up and everything. So we want to check those, make sure there's no breaks in them or cracks in them or any of them are leaking. Probably would be a good idea to have a smoke test or a smoke machine. So maybe I'll check about getting one of those from Harbor Freight, because they do have one there. But right back here, at least on LT1s, there's a cover right there, so the plastic cover, and that's where your charcoal canister should be at. So we're gonna pull the wheel off and pull that cover off and take a look in there and see if it's the same on this car as it is on the 93 to 97 LT1 cars. So if you look up in here, so there's one screw up there that holds it in, and then another plastic tab right there, and just little tabs that hold it in place other places. So we remove that cover, and there should be a charcoal canister underneath there. So that's in the very back, the back wheel well of the Camaro. Like a screwdriver style headed thing, but I don't think it'll come off that easily. You can spin the whole thing. So let me hold it with one hand. I can't hold the camera and the tool. All right, so I got that little tab out. That was a little more than PG-13, so with the language, so I figured I'd leave that out of the video. And up here is a 7mm. That's all there is to that one. And that just comes out. And, yep, there's no canister back here. I didn't think there was gonna be one. We don't have to worry about checking the canister because there isn't one. Unless it's somewhere else, out by the tank or something. But I think there's a vacuum purge or a vacuum switch in the tank itself. And I've been wanting to pull that out anyway. Why that's what causes it to not want to start after it's been sitting, after you run it and it's hot, and then you let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes, half an hour or so, and it won't stay running. It just fires up, kind of stumbles, stalls, you fire it up again, it'll catch itself and start running. So it's kind of a weird thing. And it could be caused by this purge problem. So yeah, I pulled that off for no reason, because there's no canister there. All right, since we don't have a canister in the back, so we're gonna concentrate. This must just go to some kind of a filter on top of the tank. I can't remember, it's been a while, but On the LT1 9397, there was a charcoal canister right up there inside that wheel well. I'm not sure on the newer ones. So it almost seems like the lines go up to the tank. So I know there's no canister above the tank. So what we're gonna concentrate on then now is the actual EVAP solenoid right there. So let's test that real quick. Shouldn't be hard to do because it's normally closed. So unless the PCM is sensing that it needs to be sucking fuel vapors, it's not going to, so it should be off or closed. So it shouldn't be pulling vacuum. I'm just gonna do a real simple test. I'm gonna start the car and pull that hose off there. And if that thing's sucking my finger down, that means it's pulling a vacuum. It means it's open, and it shouldn't be. The only time you want that is it says under load, and when the computer requests it. So, and it has to be a certain temperature, so it's not going to be doing it when it's cold like this. Shouldn't, anyways. We go ahead and pull this off of there and check and see what it's doing. Yeah, it's sucking my finger up. There's some way I could demonstrate this, illustrate it for you. So this gauge on there and see what happens. Oh yeah, look at that. Well, you can see that or not, but that's pulling all kinds of vacuum. Like 20 inches. So that shouldn't be doing that. And if I unplug it, it should stop it too. But as you see, still has full vacuum. So this solenoid is stuck open. I wonder if tapping it would do any good. Not changing it at all. We might have a bad solenoid. Unplugging it doesn't change it. Like I said, it's normally closed, so if I unplug that, it should close either way, and that vacuum should go away. So yeah, I think we got a bad stuck solenoid here. Well, the good thing is these things are really easy to remove. Pull that off, and one 10mm bolt holds it in. Push some air through it, see what it does. So I just used the air and blew through this end of it, and it comes straight out of there. And this should be closed when it doesn't have power to it. So we got a bad solenoid. Easy enough. All right, picked up the solenoid yesterday from O'Reilly's. Got the Camaro back in the shop here. And these actually, the standard ones from O'Reilly's are lifetime warranty, or limited lifetime warranty, whatever that means. You know, I'm sure they could find a way to not honor it, but for the most part, I never had any issues with it. So get this put in. All right, let's go get this old one out of here. And remember, there's one electrical plug, 2-pin plug, one hose, and then one 10mm bolt. All right, let's go ahead and compare to the new one. So this is the old one, new one. Looks the same there. Looks the same there. And the same there. So we're good to go. So I just put a little bit of Vaseline on the O-ring right here so it goes in, slides in easily. Stick that one in. Just like that. All right, so I'm not going to plug it in yet. What we're going to do is fire it up. Because remember what I said, these are normally closed. So we're going to test the vacuum on it to make sure there's no vacuum. All right. Pull that off. I don't feel nothing, but let's put the gauge on to just be sure. Look at that. Remember before it was jumping up to 20 inches, and we don't want any vacuum on that when it's idling. All right, so let's go ahead and plug it in, see if it changes. It shouldn't because it's still not warmed up yet. So that's what we want to see, 0. We don't want to see any vacuum on that. So we're good to go. on replacing that solenoid. So next thing we need to do is check the codes and clear them if we have to. I'm not gonna take you through all this again. All right, so we got 4 codes on there now, but that's because we had it plugged and unplugged and whatnot. So it's evaporative emission system purge control valve circuit. So we had it unplugged. That same one that we started with, the 1441, and another 0443, and then another 1441. So there's 2 pending and 2 actual. So those 2 are confirmed because we had it unplugged. So we're gonna go ahead and clear it. Just go back, erase codes, yes. All right, read codes. No codes found. Okay, let's fire it up and make sure that service engine soon light goes away. All right, so that's gone now. Still no codes found. Now we just gotta drive it, but that should take care of that problem. And hopefully it'll take care of that warm start problem that we have. Because if that's been, let me get out of here. Okay, so with that purge valve always open like that, what it can do is it pulls vapor, fuel vapor from the tank, and it can cause the engine to run rich, which can cause it to stall out, especially when it's warmed up. So it's very possible that we may have fixed the problem with it stalling or not wanting to run after it's been running for a while. Park it for about 10 to 30 minutes, anywhere between there, where it can cool down a little bit, but not completely. And because never has a problem with cold starts or hot starts. It's always just that, like after it's sitting for 10 to 30 minutes or so. And so there's a possibility that could be causing it. It's sucking vapors in from the tank, making it run rich and not wanting to run. Because it'll fire up, stumble, shut off, then it'll fire up, kind of catch itself, and then run fine. So hopefully that vacuum leak has been the problem this whole time. It's the first time it's through that code of the 1441 though, so I don't know. It's always thrown a catalyst inefficiency code because the cat is damaged, and but we took care of that code by repairing that, so that's not a problem anymore. But yeah, it's still doing the stalling thing. So hopefully, doing this evaporative what's it called? The evaporative purge solenoid, which, sucks the extra fumes from the tank into the intake to be burned. So hopefully that's what was causing it to do a rich condition and stall out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So on that note, that should do it for this video. So if you like this video, then leave a like down there. Give me a comment. Let me know what I can do better. Let me know if this helped you out. I've seen a lot of things about this code, but so many different vehicles cover it. So I figured, this should cover anything from a 98 to 2002 Firebird Camaro with a 3800 Series 2 engine in it. So 3.8 liter. But anyways, so like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, I'll see y'all later.